championship, back to back.
And when I hit you with a hard right hand,
Yeah.
you will fall.
Lil' grind with my grind, Golden State with my muscle. My team a bunch of warriors.
Yo, 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 yo. Yes, sir. I'ma need all my ladies to hit the dance floor. ASAP. Word up. Red light, green light, blue light, go. It's money in the building, get your ass on the floor. And do it like you're supposed to. I'ma need you to shake it like it's your rent due. And I'm the landlord, oh Lord. Show me something that it may be paid for. Pack the cakes all up in my face, titty shake. If you got a man, damn, somebody gon' get your case. So I keep my girlfriend on me just in case. It's something that you doing he can't take. Acting out of place, got the hips with the dip for the chips. Backbone slip, beans with the honey. I got a band with for ones, but she working like I got that Mayweather money. Now she getting loose, yeah, and like she popped the loose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She kinda high spirited on the dance floor, twerking on me like she ignorant. Yeah, now I'ma drop a deuce. Maybe even two. Yeah, that's why she high spirited. Scared don't make no money, she know the truth. I asked shorty what she celibate. She say she like to celibate. Shake it loose like a cigarette. Ass on the floor, let me see if you can handle it. Bust it wide open. She wetter than the ocean. She ride my wave, no coasting. Twerk for a minute, then it's back to slow motion. Meet me in the VIP, and she ain't getting in unless we CID. She brought 3 chicks with her trying to see my reach. I got a bag full of cash trying to spend that check. Now she getting loose, yeah, and like she popped the loose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She kinda high spirited on the dance floor, twerking on me like she ignorant. Yeah, now I'ma drop a deuce. Maybe even two. Yeah, that's why she high spirited. Scared don't make no money, she know the truth. Underlay, show me you the truth before I disappear in this money van moose. Pop it on a handstand, shorty, I ain't playing. Came up in it disprepared, no drawers and gray sweatpants. Woo, booty looking like it need a kickstand. Woo, I like the way you moving to my shit playing. You about to have a nigga on geek mode. Bulges in my pants, got a time on freak hoe. Ain't nothing private about the dance, baby. I'm just saying we can turn this booth into the champagne room. Don't soon, and I'ma spend more than what I brought, but I'ma make you think that I'ma spend it while you fake like I can hit it. Now she getting loose, yeah, and like she popped the deuce. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She kinda high spirited on the dance floor, twerking on me like she ignorant. Yeah, now I'ma drop a deuce. Maybe even two. Yeah, that's why she high spirited. Scared don't make no money, she know the truth.
Runs. That is runs.
Once he runs. Check. Check. Hey, y'all, welcome back to Whose Mic Is This? Y'all are here with Tweezy the Don, and we have our special guest in the house, GreenGirl, STL. How you feeling today?
I feel great. Thank you so much. How do you feel today?
I feel excellent, man. It's a brand new 2023.
Hey.
Man, you my first interview.
I know that's right.
So shout out to you
Ladies
for
first.
that. All day. Hey, it's a great start off to 2023 because I always have a theme for the year. So last year it was deuce deuce we on the bliss.
Okay.
So my mode was just bliss. It ain't, it's just go. No let up, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
This year, 2023 year of the ghost.
Okay.
Greatest of all times. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
like that.
this what this is, and it's a good, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like this. You went through cause normally I send people through a test to see, if they show up, if they da-da-da-da-da, cause I take my craft very serious, you
As
know.
You should.
So you knocked it out, blop, 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 and then you also came through. You won the Yours Awards, you
Yes,
know. So
thank you.
that was definitely a knockout the park. You know what I'm saying? And then through the interviews, I found out that this like you know what I'm saying? You a young goat. You a young goat in the game.
you.
You know, so starting it off like this is a very beautiful thing, man. So we finna just jump straight into it because on Whose Mic Is This, man, we get straight into your business. We talk a little here and there.
I'm ready.
You know, so I know the fans and everybody, the supporters, they want me to jump right in. So right now, I want you to talk about 20,000. I said 20,000. That's that GreenGirl STL runts that I just hit. I'm feeling super good. So hey, and hey, she had me like that at No Let Up podcast too. I was super amped, boy. I love that feeling. So make sure y'all go check her out on Instagram, GreenGirl STL. But I'm gonna let her talk about that in a minute. But 2022 in a nutshell. Talk about it.
Oh my God. So 2022 in a nutshell for me was, it started off like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this and this is going to happen. And so little by little, it just kept building up and building up. And I felt like I was finding myself in different areas. And there was a lot of trial and error. I did have, some setbacks, but they were good because they were teaching me so much. And I learned how to find my space without being nasty to anyone if it wasn't my space. Like, that's not what I'm about.
Okay.
I could totally not feel like this was a good business decision and still send work your way.
All day.
Because I'm not mad at you. It just wasn't good for me.
Correct.
And a lot of people aren't able to do that.
True.
But then I got nominated. And that took me by surprise because I was doing so much and being anywhere. I would take any pop-up, any opportunity. Baby, your church, I'll be there with my CBD. Hey, praise them.
All day.
Oh, we trapping? I'm there. Let's go. I'm with all that.
All
So
day.
I learned how to be in every area and learn where I could fit in. I am a chameleon. I definitely am. But being nominated really showed me, okay, people are actually paying attention. So now they're paying attention. What do I do? And so I had to start doing homework and accept some mentors. And now I'm working on everything I discussed within that last month because I won that award that Saturday.
Yeah.
That Sunday morning, I had 7 jobs lined up.
Oh man.
Just like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm very grateful and thankful. And so now I want to be able to do that with others, and I want to see more ladies come into the cannabis industry. There is plenty of room for us, and I'm very big on seeing women of color. We have it so hard in every aspect. I'll be damned if I'm going to have it hard in this because this could truly help us in so many ways.
Right.
And we need to be out there as well.
Exactly. All right. Because I know you want to get into, because we're going to get into the marijuana part of it. I want to get into who you are. So,
Okay.
where was you born? Like,
I was born here in St. Louis.
what hospital?
I was born at Christian Northwest.
Christian Northwest. Which what? I know what Christian Northeast is.
Northwest was what was on Graham Road.
Ah.
Now it's the urgent care, but that was Christian Northwest Hospital.
Okay. Okay.
And that's where I was born at.
In North County.
That's where I had my oldest daughter at too. Yeah.
That's what it do. All right. So, talk to us about your childhood. You know, talk to us about your
Okay.
childhood and how it molded you.
So, I was a very timid child. I was someone who, we talk a lot about how we have similar upbringings, and we always hear the male perspective of the hood upbringing. We don't really focus that much on the female situation.
Yes.
And I had the female hood experience.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily that my mother did anything wrong. It's nothing like that.
Right.
But there are elements that surround us that people don't take into consideration. The same way there are elements around little boys. People always worry about the violence little boys are around, or like if they're around weapons or drugs.
Yeah.
Well, for a little girl, it's more so like, what family members do you really trust them around? Is it safe for them to go anywhere without family around?
Right.
Things like that, or coercion, because we're not teaching them anything. So things like that.
Yeah.
So I did come from like some trauma, and then there's a lot of things that my parents didn't know that was happening.
Okay.
But when you're a little girl, you don't have like an older sibling, you don't really have
You don't
anyone
know.
to share that with. I'm the older sibling.
Okay.
So there's that. So I was always shy. I got bullied a lot, but I was always smart. So
Do you think they bullied you because you were smart, or?
So, as an adult, I was told that I was bullied because I was smart. I was bullied because I had a body early. I was bullied because I was different. All things that had nothing to do with me in real life. There were all things that had something to do with those kids.
Of course.
But nobody really talks to kids about esteem the way that they should.
Right.
And they don't teach them not to project because
Yeah.
they're sucking up what they see.
Yeah.
So,
And people don't know no better.
but the crazy part is, my little soft-hearted self, my mama, gangster. Hey, motherfuckers are scared of Natalie in real life.
Right.
Me, I'm tender as shit. I don't want no problems. I ain't gonna bother nobody. But throughout life, that started to change, because as you get to certain points in life, you start getting tired of being abused. You start getting tired of being picked on, picked at, fucked with. Then you snap. Now you crazy.
Right. Right.
So it did force me in some ways to be an introvert, because it takes a lot for me to get comfortable. Like everything that we're doing now, I am big proud of, because 2-3 years ago, you couldn't get me to come outside. You couldn't get me to go in a room full of people. You couldn't get me to do any of those things.
So are you an introvert?
I'm not so sure anymore.
Could I share a story with you?
Sure.
'Cause I believe I came to this conclusion 2022. I always thought I was an introvert. Like, but my queen was like when I told her this, she was like, you ain't no introvert. And I'm like, so I started to answer some questions, like the introvert, extrovert questions.
Okay.
And I started answering them, and I was like more introvert than extrovert. And then I started looking at my life, and I'm like, I'm out here. Like, I ain't scared to be
Yeah.
out here, so that can't be, but I'm a introvert emotionally.
That may be where I lie.
Yeah.
I've gotten very private. Like, I've had enough people in my business in my life for me to feel like, stay the fuck out of my business. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to tell you whatever I tell you, it don't mean shit.
Yep.
If I tell you, it don't mean shit. If you're not real close with me, I promise you what I told you is nothing.
But
And
see,
I have some real shit going on.
yeah. See, with me, I won't even Well, I don't know what aspect you talking on. So I'm not saying this to go against what you're saying, but I won't even talk to you if it's on that level. But I will be cordial. You know what I'm saying? But I won't talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
very much a Gemini. I'm very much giving whatever you give. And the thing is, people don't know what they're giving. People never seem to know what they're giving.
Ooh, come on, I gotta give you one of these for that. You can say that again.
And so it's people that be like, oh, she's this, she's that. No. I felt you from when you walked around me, baby. I could feel that shit. And I promise you, I'm making sure it's blocked. You can't get to me like that anymore.
And that's why you're talking. That's why you talking. I ain't said shit to you. So
Yes.
I feel you. I feel you on that. Do you have any? Well, you said you had your first daughter. Did you say your first daughter?
I have 2 daughters.
So you have 2 daughters. So
They're adults though, so like I don't have small children.
well, yeah, but they were children.
Yeah, once upon a time, they was little babies. I got a grandbaby now, child.
You got one?
1 grandchild.
Okay. Yeah, I got you beat. But
I'm okay with one because, listen, I don't even get to be a good Grammy because Grammy is in these streets trying to make this business
it ain't
pop.
no such thing as no grandmas no more.
Well, and another thing, like I told my daughter, because she's just like disgusted with me because I'm always moving around and you can't just be leaving your baby with me, baby, because I got to go bust this move. I got somewhere to be.
Right,
And I
because you
told
got a
her,
life.
like, baby, this ain't back in the day where a house coat get your bills paid and shit like that. Like, this ain't that. I ain't got no house coat. If I could just put a house coat on and do my thing, I would.
Man, that
But I
is not
gotta-
life.
I gotta
right
work. I gotta build my business. I take a lot of L's, so like I don't always know what's gonna be what.
Now. Right, you
So
got
baby, I don't got time. Listen, my grandbaby on it. Why are you leaving? You're going to work again, Nene. I don't want you to go.
like, hey, grow up, then.
Like, ooh, child, this is for you, cause she don't even know this finna be her business. Just wait.
Right, so pay attention.
Right.
All right, so, tell me your very first weed experience. Not smoking, though. Not smoking.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So now I didn't smoke or
You not smoking. Like it's the very first time when it got nothing to do with you smoking it.
well, I'll say this. My little sister's dad, because I'm the oldest, so it's way before she was born. But I didn't know that those weren't cigarettes he was smoking. So my mom would always come ask me, was he smoking in the house? I'm dumb. I'm a little kid. Yeah.
Oh.
And I didn't know that she was getting on him about the smoking.
Okay.
But it wasn't cigarettes he was smoking.
He was smoking weed.
Yeah, like as an adult, I recognized that. But back then, I didn't realize what was going on because my grandmother smokes cigarettes. So I really wasn't, I was confused about why it was a problem.
Right.
Because my Grammy smoked. What you, girl?
Right. But he was smoking
He was
weed
getting, she was getting on his head about smoking weed in the house. And I didn't know that that's what, I'm a kid. I'm like 5. I don't know.
Yeah. Why she,
So, but as an adult, I recognized that's what was happening.
Right. So your brother was smoking, so you didn't
No,
know
it
it
wasn't
was
my
weed.
brother. That was
Oh.
her. That was my sister's dad. So
Oh, your daddy? Well, your
Not my dad,
stepdaddy. Yeah, your stepdaddy. What?
I know I said it all weird, but that is her dad. He's
Right,
not
right.
mine.
right, for sure. I'm straight tripping. So I'm thinking about why she asked you.
Cause she knew if she asked that nigga, he ain't gonna say, yeah, he's smoking weed. And girl, you knew that. Like as an adult, I'm like, you knew he was fucking smoking weed. What else could it have been?
Right.
I didn't like the shit.
Like, I'm smoking good.
Right.
All right. Well, tell, because it seemed like you lit up when you thought I was going to ask you about your first weed
I
experience.
had 2 experiences.
Yeah, go ahead and
So
tell me
it
those.
was 2 things. So the very first time I was around weed, and I knew it was weed. So I was in Kansas visiting my dad's family because I really with him, and my cousins watched I'm About It, and that was the most ghettoest shit I had ever seen in my life. And I was like, what are we watching? This is why are y'all laughing? And then and then we went to the car, and I didn't know why the fuck we was all going to the car. And, like, it was all my big cousins, okay? And it was a mob of them. We all tucked in this motherfucking car, tight as shit. And they started smoking, and it's just cloudy, and I couldn't breathe. My little ass came out, that motherfucker red as shit. Boy, I was so ready for them to cook. Ooh, it sounded so fun.
Did you smoke?
No, I was just there, just hot box like a motherfucker. Like, you know in the movies when they open the car and like it's obnoxious amounts? Yes.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then and I talked to my mom about this. Now, the first time I did smoke this time. So I was smoking with one of the boys down the street. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was trying it, and I was high as shit. And I got home, and this motherfucking lady was like, go on and rake them leaves. Suck it. Rake some leaves? Girl, what? And I was like, she gotta know that I smoke.
Right.
And when I say I picked at them fucking leaves, and she got so mad at me, she told me to just bring my black ass in the house because I didn't do shit. I just sat there, and she was like, rake the leaves. I am raking the leaves. I raked the same spot for a smooth 25 minutes.
Like, shit.
She made my ass go to the house. We talked about that during the pandemic, too.
Did she know you was high?
No, she did. She lied. Like, I knew. You did not know I was high, ma'am, because we would have been boxing.
Right.
You went off on me for less.
Man, hell nah. All right. I think, hey, we about to go to a break real quick, but one thing I gotta say is, whose mic is this?
GreenGirls.
Yeah.
Louis Wood. Louis Wood.
Let's go, go. These niggas go, go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bitch, I'm F-R-E-E, crazy nigga free. Fucked around, I gave him pussy, now he hiding in my trees. Nigga S-I-N-G-L-E, I been. You can't claim yourself, I'm in it, you ain't got no fucking ends. Bitch, I'm F-R-E-E, crazy nigga free. Fucked around, I gave him pussy, now he hiding in my trees. Nigga S-I-N-G-L-E, I been. You can't claim yourself, I'm in it, you ain't got no fucking ends. Cause you broke. Use a joke. Cause you broke. Use a joke. He said 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm knocking at the door. I said you really fucking crazy or either short but slow. Little girl ass nigga, you ain't tell me you was broke. You can't come here uninvited, Jazzy Jeff, you gotta go. He be popping out at red lights like a during headlights. I can't even go outside today, that mean I'm scared, right? Gas prices still that scare this nigga, he pop out every night. Must have some type of voodoo pussy talking soul tie. Anyways, to be straight, I know that pussy good. He was sucking on that clit like a backwood. Hobosexual ass niggas don't be no good, cause they broke on game. Bitch, I'm F-R-E-E, crazy nigga free. Fucked around, I gave him pussy, now he hiding in my trees. Nigga S-I-N-G-L-E, I been. You can't claim yourself, I'm in it, you ain't got no fucking ends. Bitch, I'm F-R-E-E, crazy nigga free. Fucked around, I gave him pussy, now he hiding in my trees. Nigga S-I-N-G-L-E, I been. You can't claim yourself, I'm in it, you ain't got no fucking ends. Cause you broke. Use a joke. Cause you broke. Use a joke.
Yeah, it's Danielle Lauren. You know, I'm not a rapper, but I could be if I wanted to. It's just an FNF parody. But you know, on God. Danielle Lauren. Danny Lawrence.
Your number one source for exposure and promotion. You want to host your own podcast? SoldierByBlood.com. You want to know where the hottest artists are? SoldierByBlood.com. You want real support? SoldierByBlood.com. Go to SoldierByBlood.com for more info.
But yeah, and I'm gonna have a couple more videos this week, so I wanna put some things together on a weekly basis. But then I also wanna.
Cause you ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass. Yeah, that's what I thought. Y'all just some soft chumps. When drama kick off, y'all run like fucking punks. Afraid when it hit your man when shit had hit the fan like running was in your plan. Y'all some bitch dude. Next time you better watch who the fuck you talking to. Won't kill no roast of a crowd up on your favorite food. Ain't got the nerve to tell these motherfuckers what you gonna do when you see who. See, first of all, y'all talking that whole shit, dumb shit, punk shit. See all that bullshit, gon' fuck around and get your little bitty ass whipped. I don't know why motherfuckers talking all that jazz when they ain't gon' whoop no ass at all. I know this motherfucker in the mall, but I ain't got time to taste no food down the hall. Talking that shit, but ain't gon' do shit. Always around here running off with the lips. You talking to the right motherfucker when you come around here talking that shit. My girls gon' come through, pull out weeds and swollen lips. And my homies throw haymakers dead, I knock your ass out quick. Cause you ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no
Sweating
ass.
out these haters like I'm detoxing. They mad cause I'm rising. You on the ground level and you still dropping. Come to the city, who keep it popping? My city, my music, soldier.
Yeah, we are back, baby. We are back on Whose Mic Is This, and we are here with GreenGirl STL, talking big business, talking about 2023, 2022, weed, love, all that type of shit, man. So I know I was talking to you before we got on the show, and that was a question. You answered it though. It's like, do you prefer vapors or flowers when it comes to the good?
And see, I don't really have a preference, but I like flour. I could do so much with it. You know, I cook with flour. I smoke flour. You can make that shit into a tea if you want to.
Yeah.
You know, I make tinctures and things. So, but I really don't have a preference. I'm a smoker. I smokes. If the nerves are bad, I'm gonna smoke. If I need to calm down for the turn up, or if I need to turn up, I mean, it also helps me get into the right little groove of things too. So,
Right.
yeah.
So what's the difference? Like, so when cause you make goodies and all that, edibles and all that. So what's the difference between the vape and the flower? I know the liquid part and
It's
all
gonna
that.
be more concentrated.
On which part?
This
On the-
vape is concentrated.
Okay.
The flour is natural. You gotta burn that flour. Now this is concentrated, and this is gonna be what burns it. This little heater thing.
Okay. So is there something mixed with the THC to make it liquid?
Yeah, depending on who made it, they could use a oil or a butane. I don't make that. I don't fuck with it because I ain't safe. It ain't safe. I almost burnt my shit up making some stuff.
Like
No lie, I was trying to make my Jello shots and I needed tincture, and so I was trying to heat my tincture up so I could add it to the Jello, and no fucking lie, I must have moved too fast or something. My pot caught on fire. I had to rush to the sink, and I panicked. Had to hurry up, put that out. I said, well, I'm gonna calm down today. Maybe I'm moving too fast. I'm gonna set my shit on fire, try to give these niggas some jello shots.
It's like chemists in this bitch.
Yes, so like I am terrified to even try to make that on my own.
Okay.
Like they touched on it in school, but because I don't really work with it that much, I'm not as knowledgeable. I just fully understand like it's a concentrate. It's gonna get you there. You don't have to hit it as much. Like I feel like if I'm smoking a blunt, I gotta smoke a whole blunt. But if you hitting a vape, you only gotta hit this like 2 or 3 times, and you be like, oh,
Like good.
yeah, okay. You ain't gonna be walking around with this mud.
Like just pumping.
Right.
That's how they be at work. That's crazy.
But on the flip side, when you smoking flower, if you smoking like Rellos and shit, that's tobacco. So you really get a tobacco addiction, not a weed addiction. A lot of people don't realize that. They'll be like, you smoke too much, you a weed head. Half the time, they got a fucking tobacco addiction.
Because of the blunts?
Yeah. You got to think. All that shit been sitting up in it, soaked up in there.
That's
you
real.
Dumping it out don't mean shit. Then if you
Damn,
get
that's
the
real.
wraps, unless they hemp wraps, they still had tobacco in them at some point.
Why the wood? So, wait a minute. So,
So, like, I smoke weed and I smoke blacks. I know I have a tobacco addiction.
so the leaf. So if it's a
The
leaf.
leaves, that's a tobacco leaf, but there is still tobacco in that leaf.
Oh, so they okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know they took the leaves off the tobacco. So that's what we smoke
Like,
it in. We
even,
straight
you know,
smoke.
you buy them leaves, they stuffed with tobacco.
Yes, I know that part.
Yeah.
But what about the ones that's not stuffed with tobacco?
I'm assuming they had to pull that tobacco out. But you still get addicted to them. Think about if you was to stop smoking blunts and only smoke hemp wraps, you'll see how much less you smoke. I started smoking these zigzag hemp wraps. I used to smoke maybe, let's say I start work at 8 a.m. I done smoked about 3 blunts by 11 o'clock when it's time for my breaks. Them people get on my damn nerves.
Damn. That's about right.
And that's a very short amount of time to smoke that much. And if I'm not hitting the weed, I'm hitting a black. So that's how I know it's a
Yeah, of
tobacco
course.
addiction.
Yeah.
But since I'm smoking these hemp wraps, like, I had 1 black today and I haven't finished it. Ordinarily, I've been had 2, 3, 4, 5 of them because I smoke them like cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes. But
Right.
it's the tobacco we're addicted to. It's not necessarily the weed. And for people that are so fearful of being addicted to weed, instead of smoking it, they can consume it different. That way they can consume less, and it'll be in their bloodstream longer.
Yeah, that is true.
Your high lasts longer when you eat it.
So be real cannabis smokers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you jogged the question in my head. Now that cannabis is legal across the board, do you think anyone care about the medical properties?
There's many people that still care about the medical properties. It's a lot of people that still don't even think that weed is a medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I believe in the medical properties. And whether people know it or not, a lot of the people that smoke weed, they really smoke it for anxiety reasons. They really smoke it to be able to feel comfortable in a social space.
Yeah.
And they don't acknowledge that because they feel like that is a weakness. But that is still a medicinal reason. Just because you say it's not doesn't make it not.
Right.
You can have a heart attack and not know you have one. It didn't mean the heart attack didn't happen.
Right. True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of people view it so negatively, and that sucks. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop telling you the medicinal reasons, because it comes in handy. So many, especially females, so many females I know, they're scared to use the edibles. Oh, they're terrified. They had a bad experience. That's fair. But you probably didn't follow directions. You probably weren't even given instructions. You were just given this and told to take it. That's why you should view it as a medicine, because you're scared to do it now because you wasn't taught how to do it appropriately.
True.
If you were taking it like a medication, you would know how. And then when I double that with, and if you are too high, you can use CBD. That'll counteract that. It'll remove some of that negative feedback that your body is receiving. Then that becomes helpful, and now you acknowledge it's medicinal. It shouldn't be
Just doing
that
it.
way.
Yeah.
You shouldn't find out the hard way.
Yeah. And you wasn't doing it.
Right.
You was doing it to do it. You wasn't doing it for a reason. So
Right.
of course it's not. It shouldn't. You don't need it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get you, and that's because I saying that at my job, I know a dude who child used it because he has seizures, so he used CBDs, and he animates
Charlotte's
on
Web.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's definitely.
And another thing I don't think people realize, in the state of Missouri, something the state of Missouri did that I thought was actually cool is they didn't put an age cap on cannabis usage. By doing that, if you have teenagers and young adults that have real issues with anxiety and trauma, and it is very real, we are all looking around at the same world. So it's not something that wouldn't be understandable. You could actually dose them appropriately, safely, with, doctor supervision. And I think that's something really cool that Missouri did that people don't even realize.
Especially with that's a slippery slope.
That is a slippery slope. That is a slippery slope.
The people that's not on that level of, you know what I'm saying?
But if you were to dose it appropriately, balance it with CBD, it could be highly effective, and then you won't have to worry about putting your son on Ritalin.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
That's what they're
ABD.
trying to do. Or you ain't got to worry about her and them putting your daughter on fucking Zoloft because she's sad and now she done gained a whole bunch of weight and have problems. You can really counteract some of this naturally.
That's worse.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it.
Yeah. So with that being said, 'cause that's some deep shit. So why you think they didn't? Because I look at it almost like nothing near, but almost like racism. Like if you racist, like you're stupid. Like you're not. Your mental is retarded, and that's on either way.
Right.
What took these doctors so long? And I ain't saying, and it might not be the doctors. I don't know. But what took America, Missouri, this long to just let this be what it is? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, in my personal opinion, because I can't answer that question, because for me, it's always going to be racism. However, when motherfuckers start taking the time to account for the money that can be made, now shit changes.
And that's politics.
If you can't stop Jorge Cervantes from doing what he doing, but you see he can make all that money doing what he doing, growing those plants the way he does for medicine, and you can't argue it because it's already well documented historically how this has been medicine since fucking 14 whatevers.
Yeah. Yes.
Stop playing. Y'all was using this shit. The Queen was fucking using. Yeah, they beloved Queen Elizabeth was using cannabis.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me. It became a problem when it hit the States, and they know it. Because what is very prevalent here, stupid racism. These motherfuckers don't even be racism and do it in a way that it benefits them. It hurts them every time.
Right. Idiots.
And I'm not saying that there is any good racism, but I will say this. When you look at the other countries and the bullshit that they've done, everybody know they done it, but they don't remind everybody all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
This country has a tendency to want to remind you of the bullshit while trying to extract different pieces of it while they remind you. Like, you just supposed to go for the hat trick.
Yeah.
So I think that is a 1,000% money in racism.
Yeah. I'm with you. That makes sense.
Even if you pay attention to the different laws they wrote, they're like Brennan, who is over the Cannabis Club. Like he said, it is copy and paste. They didn't give a shit. They were just trying to put something together real quick. And I think the reason Missouri decided to hop on board is because they saw their brethren in Illinois making that money. And one thing Missouri will be damned is if Illinois will outdo them in trying to get some damn money. Because if you look at Illinois and you look at Missouri, for us to be in the Midwest, it's almost like they competing to be the worst to their fucking people.
True. It's a wicked... It's been like that.
It has.
And that's nuts.
Right next door to each other. Crazy.
Right.
Competing to be terrible.
Yeah. But my thing, so with them bringing, because they popped up over here. We damn near thought they was finna buy this building.
Listen, and pay attention to how that's going. So I will say this about the program that I did at SLU. It's a great program. I will give them that. I came out the first class, and it was great. But it did not go over my head at any point that each session, they had to have a very big conversation about the racial disparities. Whether it be at the beginning or whether it be at the end, they had to have that conversation, because if you pay attention to the roster, it don't look like me all through that roster. It looks like white man. And I know that they felt an obligation to remind certain demographics that we're not trying to exclude anyone.
Right.
So you need to know going in, this is a real thing. Don't be that guy.
Right.
It also didn't go over my head that they partnered with Greenlight. And so this program started, dispensaries had just started opening up. One thing I noticed was Greenlight had popped up everywhere, but I live in Ferguson. So you got one in Ferguson. Then you got one in Berkeley. Then you got one in Baden. They all, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at where you putting all of your green lights, and they all where we are.
Yeah.
I ain't like it. Felt very opportunistic. Didn't feel like
they came
people
in.
that are in those areas, they typically don't make a certain amount of money. They're definitely working jobs where whether it was legal or not, they were still not going to be able to legally smoke without it being a problem on their job.
True.
And you're a dispensary. So guess how much you charging?
Busting heads.
I didn't care for that because I felt like that was strategic in a nasty ass way.
And it was.
And when you go into the one on Airport Road, and don't get me wrong, those people are really great. I've bought weed from them. They're really great. I like the Keef sodas. But I'm just saying, if I'm looking at business, it looked nasty to me. Because I walk in and you got the black doctor on the wall and all that shit. But when you look at the picture online, it's one black employee. And she's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I pay attention to things like that, and it's like in my face, like, stop playing with me.
Right.
Again, I don't have a problem with Greenlight. Personally, I just think that was a nasty move when you could have gone anywhere.
True.
Why didn't you open up in Maryland Heights?
Right. Why didn't they?
Why ain't you in Chesterfield? They smoke weed. You didn't even go to the Loop. The Loop, my nigga? You didn't even go to the Loop.
Right.
You went straight to the hood.
Is it one
And
over
then
here?
if you pay attention, the weekend that Cookies opened up on Hawes Ferry, promise you them prices dropped like a motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah. I just pay attention.
Right.
I said, all right, you knew what was up. One cookie store. Y'all got about 4, 5, 6 stores. One cookie store, you dropped your prices.
So, damn. Is the cookies edibles?
The cookie store, they have a dispensary.
Oh.
Their weed, their edibles, their everything over on Hawes Ferry.
Why they drop their price to outdo them, pretty much?
Because they knew that everybody was going to go to that name brand ass dispensary.
Okay.
Didn't matter what Cookies was trying to sell it for. They was going to all shovel into that one cookie store. That's business. So you knew what it was.
They smart.
You didn't drop your prices because of nobody else.
Right.
And you certainly didn't go to those other areas. So why you ain't opening U City? Why you ain't opening Ladue? Richmond Heights, Webster Groves.
Do they got any in Illinois?
I don't even know that. I think they do. I believe they have. That's another thing. They already been set up elsewhere.
Oh, so they
Arkansas. I know they got one in Kansas. They got several in Kansas because they decided to do Missouri, and they hit St. Louis, and they hit, you know how KC Mo, we side by side, they hit them areas. Yeah, they got other ones. They don't fool nobody.
So what's the other dispensary? So Cookies, I never heard of them. So
Cookies is on New Hawes Ferry. Yep. So you know where the Popeyes is?
Yes.
It's right over
By the Quick
Right.
Trip and
It's-
Applebee's.
Yep, it's right over in there.
Okay.
Yep.
So what other dispensaries is there?
I mean, it's a lot of them now. What is that one? It's one in the Loop that I used to go to all the time. I hadn't been there in a while. I know about Schwade.
So it's about like 5, 6 different
Oh,
dispensaries.
it's more than that.
Damn.
It's way more than that now. Like, I'd say probably the beginning of last year was only 5 or 6, but if you look them up now, we got dispensaries now. We got very small, discreet ones that I'm not even sure are really licensed that are really supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff.
I got you. All right.
Let me look these up. I like this conversation. Dispensaries near me. Baby, you got Beyond, Schwade, Luxury Leaf. I heard Luxury Leaf. Yes, I've heard nice things about Luxury Leaf. They got Missouri medical transportation for this shit now. Route 66 on South Grand. Jane dispensary is where I was going, but they were super pricey. Yeah, it's a lot of them. I believe Schwade is the black-owned one.
I heard of that one.
Yeah, Good Day Farm. We got all dispensaries out here, bro. Proper Cannabis. Shout out to everybody. Shit, get it.
Oh, they real
Get
talk.
it, everybody.
Look, it's 3 things when I was younger that I thought I'd never see in my lifetime. 3 things.
What was that?
The first thing was a person who was presumed African American winning the presidency. I never thought that was going to happen. The second thing was Donald Trump becoming president. Never thought that was going to happen.
Don't even.
And then we'll say that for another show because we're gonna have a part 2.
Oh, yeah.
So and then the third thing was Missouri.
Legalizing that shit. Getting on the bandwagon early.
I'm like straight. I never even when it got on the ballot. Like I was promoting it and telling everybody to, you know what I'm saying, vote for that motherfucker, vote. And I didn't know, I was doing it because I wanted it, but I wasn't really convinced that it was.
Right.
Because we're a Republican state, and it's but at the same time, when I think about it, because I'm in a union, and I fuck with some undercover Republicans. I know you motherfuckers Republicans, which is cool with me. I don't have nothing against Republicans.
Right.
I fuck with John McCain. I fuck with some Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trip off that. The racist shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, they smoke weed.
Yeah.
You country motherfuckers smoke weed like a motherfucker.
That is a big thing that I am about. I want to change how black people look at weed. I want us to stop downing each other about it, making it like it's a bad thing. If you had a bad experience, baby, that is your experience.
Yeah.
The same way that y'all feel like if I had a bad day, that's my bad day, like not your bad day. Same shit when it comes to this herb, baby. Don't do that because it's really a medicine. It's safer than most of the shit that we consume.
Yep.
In real life.
All day. That's
You know
real
what I'm
talk.
saying?
Let me give you that.
And I hate that you have that negative shit, but I feel like that's a bigger discussion.
All day. All day, man. Hey, we getting deep, man. We gonna go to another quick break. Whose mic is this?
GreenGirl.
Louis Wood. Louis Wood.
Cause you ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass. Buck. Yeah, That's what I thought, y'all just some soft chumps. When drama kick off, y'all run like fucking punks. Afraid when it hit your man when shit had hit the fan. Like running was in your plan, y'all some bitch dude. Next time you better watch who the fuck you talking to. Won't kill a roach of a crowd up on your favorite food. Ain't got the nerve to tell these motherfuckers what you gonna do when you see who. See, first of all, y'all talking that whole shit, dumb shit, punk shit. See all that bullshit, gon' fuck around and get your little bitty ass whipped. I don't know why motherfuckers talking all that jazz when they ain't gon' whoop no ass at all. I know this motherfucker in the mall, but I ain't got time to taste no food down the hall. Talking that shit, but ain't gon' do shit. Always around here running off with the lips. You talking to the right motherfucker when you come around here talking that shit. My girls gon' come through, pull out weeds and swollen lips. And my homies throw haymakers dead, I knock your ass out quick. Cause you ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Sweating out these haters like I'm detoxing. They mad cause I'm rising. You on the ground level and you still dropping. Come to the city, who keep it poppin'? My city, my music, soldier by blood. Now who gon' stop us? Motherfucker, I am a beast. I'm not from the east, I'm out the Midwest. You on the test, you got no flex. Cannibalistic about mine, yeah, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. Eat you up and spit you out, bulimic rhymer. My fam Raz told me long before Snoop Dogg, never trust these hoes and all we do is ball. Y'all stall when it comes to the money, man. Your business all fucked up, you don't rep money clan. I was raised by a pimp and my life was a hoe, but mine hit the block and brought back dope. Whoa, all day I keep a hater mad, stacking my cash and putting my foot in a hater ass.
Cause you ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
Shit, dog, I'll whoop your ass.
You ain't gon' whoop no ass. You ain't gon' whoop no ass.
What's happening? This is a movie.
Niggas keep on telling me to calm down. Looking for the meat, you in the wrong town. Used to record set, but we got class now. Not a teacher's pet. I'm the class clown.
This is a movie. Action. This is a movie.
Piss poor, people tried to fool me like we had more, but forgot to mention that we had war. Burning down my body down to the gore. See too many things that I can't ignore.
Yeah. All right, man. We back on Whose Mic Is This? We here with the girl, Green Girl. Yeah. Hey, we getting deep, man. So now, you know, I got to ask you some questions, man, because I know the fellas after you. And I want to get it out the way, you know, so they can know what's going on. Are you single?
I am single.
All right.
Yes, I am single.
So for all the fellas, she's single, man. All right. So, single chosen? You choosing to be single? You looking?
I'm single by choice, but I'm open-minded.
Got you.
But it has to be like legitimate. I absolutely don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And so that would be a barrier, especially if you ain't talking about shit.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna give y'all a little game, you know, because I can understand that. And the thing is, when you working with any individual, but we talking about a queen right now. If that queen working, you know, you better be ready to work.
That's just real. That's just real. You gotta, people out here grinding. And when you grinding and you got your mind on something, you're not looking at certain shit.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So you gotta get it in, man. Use that energy, not just for pussy and all that other shit. Use that energy to elevate. You know what I'm saying? I believe if you want a queen, you have to be a part of that queen life, not the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning, because you got to prove to her that you about that. Because all that other shit ain't shit.
Very much so. And I look at all that shit. If I'm out here doing events and you ain't stopped by one motherfucking event, you ain't helped me take my shit in, take my shit out, make sure I'm safe. Ah, baby.
Yeah, you not the one.
Call you when I feel like being bothered.
All day, every day. All right, so that's game one. All right, so what's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
You did say that's the Gemini. Ain't you?
Yeah, I'm a Gemini. We give you what you give. So that's why people think we two-faced. Because I'm sweet as pie. Keep it that way.
What is that?
You know this, man.
All you got to do is keep it that way. I'm going to give you exactly what you give me.
Do you think every Gemini the same, though?
I do. I think it's just interpreted different. Because you may never see the good side of that person and not even realize why. And don't take but one time to turn you off. That's human, though.
Yeah.
Turn me off one time. All right, cool. This where we at now.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a Taurus, though, so I can't speak on
my
that.
bestie a Taurus, sneaky ass.
You say sneaky.
Don't say shit looking ass.
Hey.
Whole triple, like we talked about that the other day.
Look, the philosophy is people gonna think what they think until that's not what it is.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. That sound about right.
Hey, that's just what it is, because trying to convince somebody you can't.
True.
That's real. Unless they want to be convinced. Now, if they want to, then you can. But if they don't, they not going to be convinced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not finna work that hard to convince nobody of shit. Like,
so long as that's what the loyal part come in. Because I heard a lot of people say Tauruses are loyal. And that's the loyalty to know that. You know what I'm saying? Because your sneaky could be me, like you said, me just not saying nothing.
Like I know, but see, I know her enough now because we've been friends since like 2008. I've been knowing her long enough now, and I know. All right, girl, you'll tell me.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna worry about it.
That is real though, cause I have to trip off that. You saying that make me trip off. Like I don't like people asking me questions, and it don't be that I'm sneaky though. It's just like I'm feeling some shit you don't need to know.
I'm already here.
Like, oh no.
Whole time, I'm a Gemini. I'm gonna tell you a whole bunch of shit. Most of it ain't even gonna be about what's bothering me, but I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
Cause I could talk about this for a while. Meanwhile, my whole real problem, I'm fucking motherfucker.
Hey, I married a Gemini.
That sounds like the
I
thing.
did. But how'd
that work out?
It wasn't good.
It wasn't good?
Nah. But it wasn't, we wasn't compatible. It was just more of the baggage we both brought into the relationship and how we dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both had kids, so now the kids got to adjust. Now, how we going to adjust with adjusting? Because I'm going to treat the kids, I feel like you go in a relationship, I'm going to treat the kids like I treat my kids.
Exactly.
But maybe
that's, yeah. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm too rough on my kids, or
vice versa. I've been in that situation. I don't even know if that has to do with signs. I think that's what upbringings, because I ain't gonna lie. I was very strict with the girls. I was really strict with the girls, but it wasn't because I was trying to be mean to them.
Right, exactly.
It was more so because I need you to know that I'm paying attention to you, because I know what it feels like to not. I'm on your ass because I don't want you to do anything that I would have done.
You showing them that you care.
You know what I mean? Like, I was on their ass for good reason. And I'm not mad at it. Were there times where I probably could have dialed it back? Yeah, but I didn't know any better either. I was still learning myself, so.
Yeah. But that's what parenting is, because I feel like parenting to me is a job. It is a job, and the job needs to be, they need to be aware of the stuff that we wasn't aware of.
Very much
least
so.
that.
Very much so.
So.
And even now, like, the job doesn't stop. They're adults.
No.
And I know it comes off as me nagging, but it's like, just wait. You'll see. And then I say what I have to say, and then I try to step away and let whatever happens, because you'll see. Keep living. I thought that too.
Man, hey, it's really hard to do that, but when you do it, like my oldest daughter is about to be 18, and I hope she.
Fun age.
Yeah, well, I look. My thing is, I hope she know that I'm very, very proud of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very, 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 very proud of her, because she stuck with me. Like,
Right.
I got 4 daughters. 3 by one mama, and then so she got 3 older sisters.
Right.
And 2 of them with the mama. So them 2 burnt out on me. You know what I'm saying? And I was cool with that, because I wouldn't be able to handle y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was getting So go ahead with your mama. I know she can handle that, and she can deal with that. That's what she.
Right.
Go ahead. My baby stayed with me.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she and I sent her too, but it was during the summertime, so it was like she going to state, but she talked them into, doing whatever the case, and then my daughter straight called me. She was like, she was little. You know what I'm saying? She was young. She was like, I want to come home. She was like, I want to come with you. I was like, I'm gonna come get you. And when it got her, she been with me ever since. So
so sweet.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of that. That's a proud
cool.
shit.
That's really neat. I love that.
So I'm proud of her. She's straight. Talking about getting her own crib, like other people thinking that's too, like, dang, she only 18. I'm like,
nah, see, this is the thing that people have to understand. Your kids, their brains ain't all the way developed. It's not till they're 25. They still are learning who they are and figuring it out.
Yeah.
So her wanting to get her own place is not a bad thing, because I'm pretty sure in the back of her mind she knows if anything goes awry, I can go back to my daddy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there is something to be proud of. I love the fact that no matter what happened and how things were when my kids were little, because I used to have to move all the time, single mom shit, all day long. And no matter what, they were there with me. If they weren't there with me, you better believe I'm moving to get them there with me. Like, it was never any other way. But I always wanted to get a house, which I did right when the pandemic hit, because my theory was, I want them to always know you can always come home. I don't give a fuck how old you are. This world is hard.
It is.
I know what people are paying out here for rent. That shit is a lot.
Yeah.
When you bring home pennies.
Ooh.
And I don't ever want them to feel like, as a young woman, you can't come back home. You can come back home. Know what you do with your time here.
Right.
That's a whole different discussion. But you always welcome.
Oh, dang. Oh,
You
dang.
know.
That's real shit. All right, so we gonna curve to something else, because I know this why some people probably want you to talk about sex. You know what I'm saying? But
Let's do
it's I'm gonna ask you this question, but before I ask it, because I already know your answer to it, because I asked you before. Well, I don't think I asked you, but we talked about it before. And I straight agree with that. You know, I agree with that. And we'll get into it once I ask you this question.
Okay.
All right, so what's the difference between two men and a woman having sex? Excuse me. And two women and a man having sex.
What you're attracted to. I'm not attracted to women, so I don't see the need for me and another vagina to be in the same room. I'm attracted to men. So if anyone was there to ask me about a threesome, my question is, which one of these niggas is it going to be and when we all getting tested?
Right.
Because I don't want to be with no woman. And then that takes threesome off the table. Good, because we ain't got to do all that.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, it's...
But what if he was?
If he was with it, okay, let me see it.
So if he do it first, then you gonna do it? Or you gonna do him?
If I'm being fair, if I'm being fair and square, I will do for you what you'll do for me. The thing is, you have to understand, what you want out of a threesome might not be what I want out of a threesome.
Well, that's
because
obvious.
I think that a lot of men, when they hear that a female is okay with having a threesome with two men, it's instantly first thought is that's some gay shit. Why? Y'all ain't gonna be touching each other.
Well, we know that.
Right. But that's because subconsciously you want the two females to do shit together, and whether they want to do it or not. It's always one bitch that ain't really down. She's just doing the shit for the nigga.
So
whether
I
it's,
see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like, everything
So
I've ever
be...
done, it wasn't because I wanted to do that shit. It's because that nigga I cared about, that nigga I fucked with, wanted to do that shit. And so, yeah, let me go ahead and do this for him. Problem is, when it comes time to do the shit for me, so you think I want a bitch, and I don't.
Okay. Yeah. So it's double. You right. So I ain't even think about that part of it, because it ain't no point of you doing. If you don't like doing it, there's no point of you doing it.
Right. And so a lot of motherfuckers. That's why I noticed that in my years of living, it went from dudes testing it to see if the girls would do it to dudes making it an obligation now. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, why we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's wild. And the crazier part is most of my experiences with that were with dudes that's in college. Not even street niggas. Like, street niggas talk a lot of shit about things they doing. You niggas ain't even doing that shit for real.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
they really not.
Because you're putting yourself in a position to look weird for no reason. Looking goofy as shit. Don't even know what you're talking about. Stop it. Stop the shenanigans.
Hey, I'll tell you my first deal with a threesome with women, and it was my gal. Like, I ain't gonna go that far. It was my gal. So, and she wanted to she brought it to me on some same thing, pretty much what you said, but she brought it to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
do your shit off.
Yeah, I'm like,
what? Wait, girl, what? You been thinking about this?
Right, and then she had who she wanted to do it to, and it was one of my boys.
And now you looking like, is this how females feel? Because that's how dudes come to us all the time. Yeah, first they start with, get one of your homegirls. Now I ain't got no homegirls that I'm finna have sex with, so now what? Nah. Then it goes to, well, I just so happen to know as looking. Like,
see, now listen, y'all. You hear the game, what she's saying. This my thing. But let me finish that story, then I'll tell you. Because that's how I learned my mental. So, me being who I am, I'm like, okay, you want to do it. I want to, I really wasn't tripping off a threesome, but shit. You want to fuck then you choose my best friend. I'm like,
So you been thinking about this.
Well, no. I didn't even think that. I'm thinking like, okay, which best friend of yours? Because now you already
this finna be a whole thing,
right? Because you already thought about you. If you feel that good to ask me, say my best friend, I don't gotta think too much about how long you thought about it,
right? Because I'm trying to figure out which one of your homegirls we finna take down.
Because you already went there. I'm like, okay. And then but we never did it with my homeboy was a bitch anyway. He wasn't
gonna do it.
Yeah, but I was like, all right. But I did she liked doing them threesomes.
But
with
see, the
girls.
thing, and some people do. Some people do. But the thing about it is, one thing I can say about our community, we so ashamed to enjoy ourselves and to have fulfillment. We are so ashamed about what feels good to us, and we'll do it.
Real.
We'll do this shit behind the doors of the doors of the doors of the doors whole time. Girl, you been wanting to do that. Man, you been wanting to do that, sir. Stop it. So it's like now the floodgates are open, but y'all going every which way. Then I got shit to do with shit. Still ain't figured out the pleasure factor because you trying to do every single thing you heard that the other people doing.
And it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
No
It
kind
really
of
don't.
technique, nothing. You just doing it just to say you did it, and you don't feel any value behind it. That is a huge reason why I think that
It get
this
boring.
polygamy is a thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I will say this: I have been open to the idea of being in a polygamous relationship. I've never been with anyone that would. I've never been with two people that I thought would actually do the shit. Right. But my thought process as a lady is, if I had two husbands, brother husbands, if you will, if I had two husbands, that means I could have two type of dudes that'll love me and take care of me and make me feel secure. And the only reason I would feel the need to have two husbands like that is because of a lack of security I felt as a child.
Right.
But see, when you say some shit like I would be open to a polygamous relationship, people automatically assume it's sexual, and it really ain't.
Right. My thing with the polygamous deal, it would be pretty much business for me.
Okay, but having
Yeah.
two husbands is a business. That's two different businesses taking care of me.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And
Well, I wouldn't be saying taking care. I say take care of us. It
Yeah,
ain't gonna-
but, like,
'cause
that's three
everything
different-
have to be the same.
and everybody has their own space.
Well,
the
I'm
person
thinking
that,
two women, so it is different. Like
Yeah.
you saying you, I'm saying us.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm seeing it
Yeah.
as two people that'll protect me, take care of me in different ways, that can cater to different things about me because I have so much going on. I'm a whole lot.
Where you gonna find that?
I don't know. Probably not in Missouri.
I would. This my thing with it. I'm not falling for none of this shit. That polygamy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you want two motherfuckers on you? That's crazy. Cause that's what it's gonna be when you. I don't want
Well,
two
you got a point, 'cause
crazy
I done had some
motherfuckers.
stalking shit
'Cause
happen, so yeah,
you
you
gotta
right.
think about that.
Yeah, you
that's some
right.
deep shit.
Now, if I could be with one person that really wanted to be committed like that,
Yeah.
I was definitely that girl. Polygamy hit my brain maybe about 4 years ago. I've always been that girl. But now I recognize that I just got to be about me because what I'm looking for, it ain't really here. You know, we joke a lot, but as the world has evolved, men want to be taken care of the same way women want to be taken care of these days. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of your mate. But there is a difference between a man that's been raised by women that act like women.
Hold on. Hold the fuck on. First of all, because I was talking about this earlier about some people, and I ain't gonna say no names, but no, you gotta keep that Viking in you, bro. I ain't talking about that. You ain't got to murder and all that
We
type
don't
of
want
shit.
that.
But the Viking, you better keep that shit in you. You don't need to be taken care of, bro.
When I tell you, you'll be surprised. Like, let's
I'm
keep
not
it.
surprised.
Let's keep it a buck and a bean. It's a lot of men out here that the same way that they berated women for wanting to be in a relationship for survival is the same way that they out here trying to find a female for survival. My nigga, when I bought my house, I ain't never met so many homeless ass men. When I was in my apartment, y'all wasn't really tripping off of bitch. You wasn't tripping off me. Get my
Damn.
house. It ain't even the best house. It ain't the finest house and none of that shit. But it's
Yes.
mine.
All day. You hear me? Say that shit. Say that shit again.
It's mine.
Man, these motherfuckers don't get it. Hey, we murking their ass, man. We finna go ahead and go to another break real quick. Actually, no, we not. I want to keep this going because we
Let's do
got
it.
good.
I like it.
Because this this going into what we was talking about anyway. So, how can we build trust in a world full of scammers looking for tips?
Yes, how can we build trust? It's gonna take a lot of inner work from people with being honest with themselves. And we're gonna have to get real. Fake it till you make it is cool. That's great. That's wonderful. But you don't have to break yourself. The faking it don't have to be that real. Like, chill out, relax, be you, and get down to what you need to get down to.
I'm against that saying. I hate that saying.
It's so...
You don't... Whoever made that up I believe, because it shouldn't be a saying that exists right now. You know what I'm saying? Whoever made that, I get it. Dress the part. Dress like dress.
That's it.
That's what I'm dress, talk.
Yes, that's what it is. It's not actually getting out here doing some of these weird ass things. Like, relax. And then, especially now, there's so many avenues to make money. Yes. You don't have to steal from anyone. You don't have to play me. Because, nigga, you are playing you. You play me on a little motherfucking bag of weed, that's fine. That'll be the last motherfucking bag of weed you get. And trust me, I'm gonna motherfucking watch you.
All day.
All day long. I'm make sure everybody else know. I don't get no fuck. They'll feel the energy. I ain't have to say 2 words. And I'm a firm believer that the universe take care of me. So you gonna play with me if you want to. You gonna find yourself real good and fucked up.
Man.
But I really hate the scamming. It's gone too far. It is to the point now, like even just adding friends on Facebook, at any given time, it could go from, this was a nice profile, I'm thinking it's wholesome, to, did you sign up for this application? Nah, motherfucker, who is you? Why you want to know?
Right. Like, no. Yeah. I just had one of them.
I don't know when we going to get out of this scamming shit, for real. And it's like, it's not getting any better. Did you see the young boy that had pretended he was a doctor a few years back? He done got hit with another fucking scam. This getting out of control.
Well, you know, I watch a lot of them, like, I forgot the name of it right now, it's slipping my mind, but it's about people who scam people.
Documentaries.
Yeah, well, it used to be a show, I think the Rich and something.
Lifestyle.
The Greed.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Greed. So, you know, you sit back. One stuck out to me that I can tell you now. Now, this dude, these people get on the phone, act like they love this older man. You know what I'm saying? Act like he had a kid. All this shit was fake. Like, he thought he had a child. This shit, but it was all, he never fucked or none of this shit. They did, you know what I'm saying? They scammed him, like, was selling his fucking land, and I'm talking about land. And the thing is, he telling the story, he ain't mad at all. He looking, the memory, whatever they sold him, he believed, like he needed it.
Yeah.
Like
and that's the thing. They get those vulnerabilities, and that's why you gotta really make sure that you're not presenting yourself vulnerably.
Yeah.
Because a motherfucker will try it in a heartbeat. And look you dead in your face while they doing it.
Yep.
What you gonna do about it?
Right.
Now, what I can't understand for the life of me is how this country, like, okay, so we all saw for the last 3 years the shit. The scams, the shit on top of shit on top of shit, the government shit, the street shit, and y'all still can't pull it together and come together, because how the hell?
Man, politics, man. Politics, like the older I get, the more, you know, when Trump won, it threw me clean off of politics.
It really pissed me off.
Yeah. It really,
there are several people, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I won't speak to you because don't fucking play with me.
Yeah. But this my thing though with that, because like I said, I was in the military. In the military and the union is where I met the most vocal people about their character and they be racist, but they don't. I can't
You know
say
what
that
you
they
know.
don't know they racist, but you're fucking racist. You know you racist. You know you fucking racist. So I done been
They're so
around
comfortable with it that they don't even view it as a problem anymore because
Yeah.
everywhere they are, it's not a problem.
that. Exactly.
And they make it a point to not come where we are because they don't want that problem.
Exact. They still they don't know. Nah. Well, some of them motherfuckers are slick up and they talk slick. You know them motherfuckers get beat up at the bars and shit, but they dum-dums. But my thing is when Trump won, and this one thing I'm gonna give him that ain't no other politics because he's not a politician.
At all.
He's not. So this one thing I give him. He let us know exactly what we
Who the
thought
fuck
from
he
the
is.
beginning
Yep.
was the Republican base. And who they are working for the racist part of this fucking country. That's like the Democrats or whatever the case, however you want to see it. It's like you said, they put green light where they placed them.
Yeah, they
What
placed it when they wanted to place it real strategically because you didn't go outside of that area.
And what area is that?
The black
Us.
folks. Yep, exactly.
So that's what Republicans are fucking with, the opposite side of that. The motherfuckers who stupid on that racist shit.
Yep.
And Trump straight showed that shit.
What I'm still confused about is because it has to be some form of brainwashing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these motherfuckers done got in trouble behind they bullshit. Because their cards done got pulled, you losing careers, homes, everything. Actually getting jail time for the shit that you're doing.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers is whooping your ass and don't nobody care no more about what's happening to you. And you
Right.
still riding for this nigga.
Yeah. It's what he ran on. They never heard any president outside of some fucking Jackson, back in Andrew Jackson shit back in them days, say the shit that he said. And that's why I went. I'm like, I know this kid ain't gonna win. He racist as a mother.
Man,
He's super
I
racist.
was working at the rehab when this campaign was going on at the car rehab. And it was the security guard. And we had built up a little rapport because he used to have to walk me to my car because I had a stalker. That's another story. But we were cool until that motherfucker took interest in the fact that Trump was running. And I didn't understand it. I said, but you know he's racist. Well, no, he's not. I said, but he is. Well, I was a little white boy that used to get beat up living in the hood. And I was like, this is the most generic ass, Eminem ass, bullshit ass excuse for accepting bullshit.
Right.
Him being racist shouldn't speak to you that way.
Right. And it did.
And it did, and it bothered me, and I stopped talking to him. We were instantly like, I don't have nothing to say no more, because now I'm uncomfortable.
Yep.
And I've always wondered, like, I wonder what happened with that nigga. He's a white boy, but, you know, I call him niggas, too. I wonder what happened to that nigga.
Who knows? I know they love some. When I heard, because the union, we supposed to be Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk.
In politics, money move. These motherfuckers be whatever it is that make the money happen. They don't really give a shit about these laws. If they did, they would actually do things that make sense.
Yeah. But all these white dudes, white country dudes, and white Illinoisans, and all these guys who work in the union, like, they kept on talking shit about Hillary, and it didn't make no sense to me. It you know, it didn't make no. Well, I yes, but
that's what it was.
But I didn't get that. I wasn't even getting that because she was way more qualified than this dumb motherfucker.
She's a woman.
She was definitely. She won me because I fought. Man, I was all because I fucked with politics. The way she did that overseas for old girl who became, I forgot what it's called, and I apologize, but she took the blame for that shit that happened overseas on her watch. The embassy got shot up or some shit.
Okay.
She took the blame.
Right.
Whoever the person that was under her, because she got lifted with Obama too, she did not blame it on her. That's normally
how shit go.
because it was on her. It was. That was her situation. It wasn't Hillary's.
Hillary's dealt with enough shit in politics to understand how the game goes. It's all about building in relationships
Yes.
and making sure that you maintain those relationships. Because she understood that this could come back and help me someday. But as we can see, the Republicans don't understand those relationships because Trump was lighting their ass up, eating them up, spitting them out. This is another thing I couldn't understand. How is this man telling you your wife ugly to your face and you ain't still on this nigga? How is this man over here motherfucking telling you that you stupid in your state and I don't want you anymore? You didn't win, so you can go away. Like, how the fuck is he doing that? And y'all
John
okay with it?
McCain. Did you see what?
Baby.
Man, I wanted to punch him in this
Baby.
in his grill.
It just never ceases to, every time I see him do something, I just be like, this motherfucker just gets worse and worse. I fully can't understand. And what's crazy is I've never liked him. As a child, I didn't like him because I understood, like, it's certain things you know.
Oh, yeah.
People used to be so impressed with him making money, but I'm a smart-ass kid. I used to read a lot.
Yeah.
I remember reading when I was fucking 12 and 13 about his bad business practices and how his businesses are bankrupt.
Yep.
So I've always known through my whole life, this is just a goofy-ass white dude that got money because of his parents who got money for some fuck shit that they did.
Yep.
I always knew that. So the fact that people were like, he's a good business person, no, he's a good liar. He's a good thief.
Yep.
But a good business person ain't it.
He's
and
a
he
good
don't have
con
no
man.
fucking filter. So with him not having a filter because no one's ever had to really check him,
And he was taught it.
he was allowed to
Yep.
get away with the shit that he was getting away with for so long. That's why he has these fucking temper tantrums the way he do. Bloated ass get to looking crazy when they do what they do to him.
Yeah.
They didn't put all his tax information out on
Oh,
Front
yeah.
Street. Oh, he hot.
And you know it's his who he appointed attorney, what was that? Attorney General is flipped on him. He telling all this
They
shit.
all are. The problem I have with that is motherfuckers don't have integrity. They only flipping on them because they finna write books and shit and make money off of it.
Look, this my thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Whatever Trump, it's just like any boss. Any boss in the drug game or in all this shit, you deserve what you gonna get in the end.
Oh my God. And
Because it's
this
gonna catch up with you.
I don't even know that they really gonna do anything to that man, but
He'll be all
I
right.
hope and it sounds sad.
He just
You shouldn't
gonna
wish
die.
nothing. Right.
That's it.
Then
He's
the-
just gonna die.
Child.
That's what's gonna happen.
Or if they ever do anything to him, that's when he gonna
Yeah, he
fuck
gonna
around and pass
yeah,
out
he
now.
gonna die. When he get caught,
They gonna
he's
cuff him and he
dying. And then
They
he
gonna
go-
cuff my boy. He gonna
he ain't going
Out of there.
down. This is my thing with Trump, man. It's gonna be, mark my words, it's gonna be movies about this dude.
Oh yeah, they can't wait. They just know right now ain't the time.
How the fuck how did this man become president? I'm not, I thought, that's why I say, I thought
He
the
worked them
Obama
deals.
situation was,
He worked them deals.
he worked them motherfucking deals.
He worked them deals.
God
He
damn.
manipulated. It need to be manipulated.
Whew. All right.
And
Let's-
that's when a lot of his guys were still alive. A lot of people that he
Yeah.
came in with, pay attention.
Yeah.
A lot of them dead.
That's true, especially his
Dead
lawyer.
or locked the fuck up.
Yeah, because his lawyer was a beast.
Dead or locked the fuck up. A lot of his homeboys, dead or locked the fuck up. And all of them didn't have to be dead.
His business
And
just
a
got
lot-
caught for tax fraud too.
They always getting caught for tax fraud. Matter of fact, New York put their ass, the whole Trump, all the fucking Trumps, the fuck up out of there. Y'all can't do business here anymore because of how many fraudulent fucking businesses and schemes and scams y'all done ran. They're not allowed to do business in New York any longer. That's why Mar-a-Lago is so great for them.
Man. All right, fuck
Okay,
Trump.
we're done.
Yeah, we off Trump, man. Let's keep it going because I know you got to get down to that Wingy Wednesday, man. So
Sure do. Come down and check me out, y'all. Get some cookies from your girl, some brownies, some something.
yeah. All right, so we gonna go ahead and go to this part of the show that I normally do towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, well, That's the game at the end. Right now, we're gonna do your all-time verses because I like to hear what people say. So I kind of I tried to cater it to you as much as I could. So, because I wanted to hear your answers. So we're gonna be talking about all-time verses. So when I say verses,
You mean the show?
no.
Okay.
Well, I'm talking about the show, but I'm gonna ask you your categories, and I want you to have your own personal people you're gonna put into it. All right, so it's gonna be a couple of categories, and I'm gonna name them all first, and then I'll go back to the one I want you, that you want to answer. So we got weed strands, women hip hop artists, women comedian with women comedy, and women in the R&B.
Okay, you want me to answer all four?
Yes.
Okay. So, if I were to do weed strains, and I know a lot of people may not be familiar with this one, but I would definitely do Madagascar, and I would do that versus Blue Dream.
Blue Dream? Okay. I like that.
Madagascar is psychedelic as fuck.
Yeah.
Now, I've had it one time so long ago, I've never been able to find it again.
Damn.
That shit was so
We
great.
gonna have to go searching.
Go on Leafly. No lie. Man, I'm serious.
Oh, damn. All right. So then we got women hip hop artists.
All right. So, I'm a little older. So are we talking of all time? Of
Of
what generation?
All time. Just all time.
I would say
Everything is all time.
I would say Queen Latifah versus Missy Elliott.
Oh, Who you think will win?
That is gonna listen. Shut the fuck up. I don't know. And I only say, let me be clear. It's a lot of women lyricists that are dope, but those two ladies can have dope lyrics and not talk about pussy not one motherfucking time. They might mention it, and I ain't even got to tell you much. You might not even notice that they mentioned it.
Yeah. Cause I answer who I would think. I would think Missy Elliott would only because of the generation gap in Timbaland and Magoo in that part. That's only because of that.
But Queen Latifah is still with the shits. And listen.
I fuck with her. She one of my
When that little
favorites.
shit was going on with Remy Ma versus Nicki and all that, the Queen Latifah spit something real quick like, all you young bitches, y'all crazy. Because I would be rapping all you bitches down. Came out, did our little freestyle real quick, and I was like, see, look at her. Aging wonderfully and blissfully and can still bust you bitches down.
Murky. Because she from the golden age of hip hop. It ain't nobody fucking with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think that she stays current enough to be with the shit. You know, it's
well,
not a lot
that's
of people
my
that
point.
can
They
do
can.
that.
Yeah. This my. I don't. To me, and it's just me. I don't know. It is the Lil Wayne, whatever. But and then I fuck with Lil Wayne. I think he top. I think he top 3 getting down. But I'm gonna say it like this: the golden era can last with any era.
Right, because people,
they got
because this motherfuckers that can throw him down like Busta Rhymes, niggas sleep on him. Stop. Like, let me just say this: when we talk about hip hop, because a lot of people don't realize that I like music a lot, and so I'm not gonna say who I'm a fan of, who I'm not a fan of, but I would say this: when people used to say like, "Oh, Nicki Minaj sound like Lil Wayne," no, the fuck she didn't. When she came out, she sounded like motherfucking Busta Rhymes for the first 2 goddamn albums. She didn't start getting Wayne in until later on. The mixtapes used to sound like Wayne. When she first came out, her ass sounded like Busta fucking Rhymes.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even put that correlation together.
Yeah, I didn't follow her like that.
Like, I wasn't big on her at first neither, but that's who she reminded me of initially.
What you think about Eve?
I loved Eve. Eve was great. Eve was great.
Okay.
She was in her day.
Got you. All right. Let's do women comedians.
Women comedians. Who do I think was the best? That's a good question. Women comedians. I don't want to say just a bunch of random people, but I don't think people know. Back in the day, Whoopi Goldberg was funny as fuck, and she used to have stand-ups on HBO.
Yeah, I saw.
She
him.
was funny as shit too.
I like Whoopi Goldberg.
She used to be funny as fuck. On a hood level though, I'd have to say Adele Gibbons.
Oh yeah.
Adele gets down with the get down. Who would I put her against?
Yeah.
I would love to see Adele and Monique.
I miss her so much.
But I'm talking about like old Monique, not this new Monique.
I ain't seen her. She's a new Monique
No, I mean more like I want her to still
before
be
she got
comfortable in making certain jokes. It ain't gotta be nasty. Not like now, like I don't know if y'all gonna tell jokes if you just gonna join and be mean about shit because y'all
Right.
mad.
Right.
I want it to be like lighthearted fun.
Yeah.
But if I could see Adele and Monique, that'd be
Yeah,
dope
I
as
love
fuck. That'd
that.
be a good little down.
Yeah. I miss her though. I love Monique. I liked her style, man.
Yeah.
She reminded me of like a real. She did real jokes, and then she was open and funny and sensitive about herself. You know what I'm saying? But whatever they did to her in Hollywood, which they always do, you know.
Fuck them up.
Yeah, but she's still good. Though.
Nah, she good as shit.
Yeah. All right, I like that one. So, women R&B.
Women R&B.
Yeah,
Wow.
like R&B.
Okay. Let's see. Of all time. Like, see, it's a lot. That's a lot. That's a very loaded question.
Yeah.
Because I would have so many layers of different people that I would want to hear sing each other down.
I will give me one and then two. Give me one, your favorite, and then who you gonna put them up against.
See, but everybody's my favorite. I love everybody. So I'm going to give you one that I think will really be dope. I think Anita Baker and Toni Braxton, them two deep voices going, singing each other down. I know they two different time frames, but that'd be dope as fuck.
Damn, that with Anita there, that's I like that.
Singing them
I
down.
go to that concert.
Okay.
Real talk, man.
And then, I always did say that if God rest her soul, if Whitney was still alive, the only person that would ever be able to sing down with her would be Mariah. That's the only person that could sing down with her.
Yeah. That's always been it.
They
Yeah.
are like this.
Yeah.
They are like this to me. So I've always felt like they could sing each other down if they was gonna be singing.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to just feel something, you could always do Mary J. and Jasmine Sullivan if you just want to feel some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What about Jill Scott?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But see, you would have to like, and these people be like colleagues.
Yeah.
But I always, just the way they did the verses,
Yeah.
Jill and Erica, that's how it was meant to be. Because I
Yeah.
feel like they
They
feed
fed
to
off
each other. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You
Yeah.
could feel that shit too. Like
Yeah.
they fed each other energy and love, and so that was very well suited. I thought that was like one of their better
That was
selections.
Yeah. That's definitely one of my top verses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they
Now, I ain't
so
gonna front. I
love.
had a lot of favorites, and some of my favorites were not. They probably shouldn't have been my favorites.
What you talking about?
So, and it's all terrible. I loved the 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I
That
did.
shit was hilarious to
I
me.
did too.
I loved the Jeezy and fucking Gucci Mane. I
Raw shit.
I
Raw
love Snoop
shit.
and DMX. It was so
That was raw,
well
too.
put. They worked well together.
No,
They-
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because I gotta talk about that with you.
What's up?
The Gucci Man.
I loved it.
And and that was I fuck with both of them. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Gucci Man a long way. But I fuck with Jeezy. I went to
loved
concerts.
it for so many reasons because listen, I love that Jeezy came out the way he came out being who he is. Okay? Yeah. You a street nigga, then you a street nigga. Cool. Come out looking like the street dope boy nigga that you said you was. Right. I love that Gucci came out flyer than a motherfucker. I loved it.
They always been, they started off together.
That's how you are, Gucci. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So that was perfect for me.
Right.
And I didn't care for the friction. But Gucci being who he is and just saying what needed to be said, doing what I love that shit.
Yeah. But I followed that. I followed that when I was, because like I said, I fuck with both of them, but I followed that beef. I know why that's the only way a real cat was going to address that if that was the first
time they seen each other.
And then you challenged me to a versus. So it's kind of like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we doing this versus and we ain't seen each other or whatever, however it went. I don't know what they personal business like, you know what I'm saying? But I was just thinking.
I loved also that afterwards they were able to be adult males and move on.
Hey, I just wanted my lick back, bro.
Right.
You sent somebody to you sent somebody to come get at me, I got at him.
Mm-hmm.
And
I loved it. It was great. You know what I'm saying? They got they things off, motherfuckers had their conversations, but it was still entertaining as fuck. I had not been so entertained.
So what about the Bone Thug?
That shit.
That shit was wild.
Now they were playing a bunch of songs. I was like, nigga, I don't know these ones.
Right.
I might have missed these ones.
Yeah.
Like it was some songs I felt like they should have played, and I was like, where the fuck is this song at? Where the fuck is that song at?
Yeah.
Fine. But when that shit happened, when I say
that was wild.
My bored ass was on the floor dying. I'm talking about crying. Cause why is this happening? Did he really just do that?
Yep.
Now, did they jam? Did 3 6 Mafia jam? Oh, they motherfucking jam. But I ain't gonna say Bone went on their ass because they was on their ass.
But I feel like
3 6 Mafia jam, baby. They motherfucking oh.
Yeah. And my thing is, they shouldn't. To me, that was like Gucci Man and Jeezy. Yeah, they can match each other for real.
Yeah, but see, Bone and 3 6 Mafia, they had always had their own
They did it
little
more
beef.
on the beef. There was more on the beef, and that's why it went that way.
But I'm so happy that like you got the one member that's like, nah, we gonna finish this shit out. We got this. Baby,
Busy was out there. That boy Busy Bone ain't shit.
I said, was that nigga drinking? What the fuck? You ugly motherfuckers. I said, oh no.
He went there.
He
that motherfucker said, suck my dick. Like,
oh my
damn.
God. So disrespectful.
Hey, thank you for that.
That was entertaining. I'm sorry that it happened like now in hindsight since Gangsta Boo is no longer with us.
Yes, rest in peace, Gangsta Boo.
I'm sorry, they entertained the hell out of me that night. And I was like, I had never been to either one of their concerts because I was never old enough to go to any of that shit. So that just gave me everything I ever needed. And gave me all of that.
Right. All right. We finna go to a quick break and come back in. Whose mic is this?
GreenGirl.
Yeah. All right. After this song,
$20 house, you niggas and them hunters try to leave it with a rat. And if you really try to fuck, gonna cost you more than that. Cause I'ma grease the pussy up, then I start to throw it back. Now break me off and watch me do it like that. If you gotta fuck a nigga her day, don't do it. Cause if you fuck him, then them bills will getting paid. I'ma do it. Sometimes you gotta put a dick up in your face. Watch me do it, watch me do it. I'ma do it, I'ma do it, I'ma do it. If you gotta fuck a nigga her day, don't do it. Cause if you fuck him, then them bills will getting paid. I'ma do it. Sometimes you gotta put a dick up in your face. Watch me do it, watch me do it. I'ma do it, I'ma do it, I'ma do it. See, my mama always told me don't be fucking with no lines. Never shit go hungry, better get a Mr. Dime. Oh, a nigga with some change, spending money ain't thing. Keep them knots all in his pockets, $100,000 shine. And they like to make it rain, gonna make that booty clap, make the nigga go insane. Ooh, we tap me, Mr. Rap. Baddest bitches from the trap, we took the Louis on the map. And we do it for them ballers and them stars. Really trying to
Check. We are back. Shout out to Miss Long, that one, and I'ma do it. Shout out her, she in Atlanta getting it down. All right, man. We coming to the end of the motherfucking show, man. I've been having so much fun with my girl, GreenGirl.
I know that's right. Thank you.
Man, we kicking it. All right, so we're going to get to this game that I play at the end, man. It's called Situations.
Situations.
Yes. So you got 3 situations. You can't have any more. You can have one more time. You can have forever. So you can have it one more. Well, you can't have it anymore is one situation. You can have it one more time. So you can have it one more time, and that's it. And then you can have forever. So these are your 3 options.
Okay.
So you got options to put in those.
Okay.
So, of course, the first one is smoke weed. The second one is make money. And the third one is have the best sex ever.
Hold on. What's my options again? Like, no. I don't like where this is going.
Well,
I'm greedy.
you got A, but yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's why you making these choices. So, you want what you want me to repeat?
So I know that the last option is I can have it for the rest of my life. I can have it forever.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have an option that's have it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the first one again?
You can't have any more.
I can't have any more?
Period.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, no.
That's why we call it situations.
Oh, no. And I got to choose between those 3?
Yep.
Huh. Fuck. And then what are they again?
Option 1, smoke weed. Option 2, make money. Option 3, have the best sex ever.
All right, so check this out.
I know that sound right now.
So
All
check
right,
this out.
let me put it like this.
So, the best sex ever, I mean, as long as I'm still getting sex, I know how to make the most of that, so I'm good. That's out.
That's the
That's out.
you can't have no more.
Yeah, I'm good. That's
Okay.
fine. I can work with decent sex. Not saying I can't have sex, so, you know.
Exactly.
Okay, and then,
Now remember, 'cause I'm gonna say this to you. I said smoke weed.
But see, you also didn't put a dollar amount on that money that I could make for the last time.
That's true.
So if I could make me a good old $1 billion lick, I only need one time.
That's real.
So there you go.
So make money one more time.
It's a $1 billion lick. You don't know.
That's real.
You ain't say how long it was gonna take me to make that money one last time neither.
No, I just said one more time.
See, my whole business venture is still good.
Yes, yeah.
And I still keep smoking.
Smoke weed forever.
'Cause
See,
that's
I
gonna
like
give me
you.
that
Give me a
final lick.
motherfucking vibe. See, that's what I'm talking about. I like that. I like that. Shit. You know what? I'm going to give you the number one best answer on situations because Stephon Urkel did good on one. He went somewhere else with it, but it was still, to me, it was too right.
Yeah.
You stuck with, I like how you did your shit. I like that type of shit.
Hey, I'm
You
a
know what I'm
thinker,
saying?
baby. Wait a minute. You
Yeah.
ain't say how much I could make and how
Right.
quick I could make it. You
Right.
just said I can
Just
only do it
one
one
more
more time.
time.
Shit, I'm finna get this lit.
I like that.
Big money.
Both of them was true. All day. Hey, Green Girl STL, man, let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, GreenGirl_STL. If you're trying to find me in person, I am usually at Too Much Sauce on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. For the month of January and February, it will just be Wednesdays for Wing It Wednesdays. You can also find me on Wednesdays with the Fit Diva Girls out in Brentwood, and that'll start back up in February. And just keep looking, y'all. I'm going to be working on some more events and more things, so you'll see more from me.
All day, every day, man. It was a pleasure having you in the house, man. And it's going to be a pleasure working with you in the future.
Yes, I look forward to that.
All day. Hey, whose mic is this?
Green Girls.
Yes, right, yeah, united. Just your brother, you could be. And it's enough. Yo, turn that shit up. I don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. We them tribes in the building that we bringing strips today, man. I don't know what else to say, man. I just don't know what else to say. But you better make a way. But you better make a way, man. I don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. We them tribes in the building that we bringing strips today. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just don't know what else to say, man. But you better make a way. But you better make a way, man.
12 tribes, they chop cover identity up just like it's makeup. This ain't no gimmick. We descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Buzz over printing cause he can't function without paper. Cause promises on reparations and they ain't even pay us. The holidays was pagan and we stopped eating pork. And all that sinning they been doing, I'm thinking that life too short. The most high hero pop a script and he'll come say today. She prayed over a piece of pork through Dennis cause ain't no way. I'm in the stew with 12, yeah, we high as eagle skin. Good gas from Miss Cigar cause I'm plugged in by Mexicans. I shot from the tour when I'm a script and I'm trying to re-up. My God versus your God get beat up. Look what happened to Egypt.
Tribes on the rise, you better pick a side. These laws do or die, this fire strike you from the sky. All praise to the Most High, spiritual powers multiply. Ain't no shame in my game, cause the devil was a lie. Futurama with these balls, cause the meetings gotta fry. False doctrines being spreaded by religions, corrupt the word of Most High. Pray that every demon die, blow the trumpet for the 1/3, keep commandments high. Stay aware of Esau, cause they spreading them lies. Years right here, proving all things to open your eyes. Matthew 5:17, you can never despise. It's time to birth a new nation, 12 gates, 12 angels protecting your life.
I don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. We them tribes in the building that we bringing strips today, man. I don't know what else to say, man. I just don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. But you better make a way, man. I don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. We them tribes in the building that we bringing strips today. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just don't know what else to say, man. But you better make a way. But you better make a way, man.
So friends that we never lose, one day I see them soon. My granny died too soon, and you know I see her soon. Now I be making bands for all my fans. Everybody mad cause they see me down bad. Everywhere I go, that's where I'm turn up it. But everybody know that I am on my grind. Everybody turn and everybody lit. Nothing been the same since I got this fame. Now I be fighting demons trying to catch me a blessing. Now everything is out of love and be getting neglected. Now I be fighting demons trying to catch me a blessing. Now everything is out of love and it get neglected.
Hey, flex like Johnny Bravo. Watch me swerve this beat like it's a track car. Yeah, we be outside, but we ain't in the streets. We preach that Bible. Focus on these payments like a trampoline. I'm trying to take off. Most I be that one we stepping folks. So please don't even where my lifestyle be. Don't compare me to these other niggas. I'm strapped with no leash. I talk about no gun, I'm strapped with these scripts. Yeah, I'm trying to fuck with the streets, but come for the niggas, cause we really step for real. Yeah, my brother step for me.
I don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. We them tribes in the building, and we bringing strips today, man. I don't know what else to say, man. I just don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. But you better make a way, man. I don't know what else to say, but you better make a way. We them tribes in the building, and we bringing scripts today. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just don't know what else to say, man. But you better make a way. But you better make a way, man.
Not claiming sense. I am so blessed. Do not regret. Got a tag. He using play over your head. That shot so bright. I see the hype. I hope you pray tonight. The door is chasing the light. You better live your life. Don't waste no time. That's not right. Open the Bible slowly. There's no rushing to dice. Keeping the family close. The energy righteous type. I don't make this shit up. Scripture connect to heaven. Heaven family book out. Spreading out with Kevin. Israel United. Podcast Mac 11. Don't give out bullets. Message is the preference. Hey, IJ way. There's no play in this brain. LMAO. Satan try to find a way. IDK know why me the piece I keep. Why me the piece I keep.